Welcome to Unstoppable You Now, where we explore stories that transform your mindset and awaken the sleeping giant within your soul. Deep within the golden embrace of an ancient forest, autumn was painting the leaves in vibrant shades of amber and crimson. Here lived a small, energetic sparrow named Pip, who loved the warm sun on his feathers more than anything else. The forest floor was covered in a rich carpet of chestnuts and seeds, offering an endless buffet of delicious food. While the other birds were busy carrying dry grass to line their nests, Pip watched them with a relaxed amusement. Even the squirrels were working overtime, burying nuts deep into the earth to ensure they would survive the coming cold. But Pip preferred to spend his precious time soaring through the air, feeling the wind and ignoring the work ahead. He told himself that the sky was still blue and the sun was still warm, so there was no rush. Why hurry when nature is so beautiful? Surely one more day of rest would not hurt anyone in the grand scheme. Pip convinced himself that he deserved a treat, focusing on immediate pleasure rather than the security of his future home. Days turned into weeks, and the gentle breeze of autumn slowly began to carry a sharp and biting chill. The first warning of winter arrived with a cold gust that made Pip shiver, but he quickly dismissed the danger. The other animals sensed the change and doubled their efforts, knowing that time was slipping away like sand through fingers. Pip saw that the squirrels had already filled their storerooms to the brim, ready to face the harshest winter days. For a brief moment, anxiety crept into his heart as he looked at his flimsy and incomplete nest of twigs. But then, a shimmering puddle caught his eye, and he decided that worry could wait for another day to resolve. He told himself he worked better under pressure, a common lie that procrastinators use to justify their lack of action. Just one day of focus would be enough to finish everything, so he decided to enjoy the last warm crumbs. But nature does not care for our plans, and the sky turned a bruised purple as the storm clouds gathered. One night, the winter arrived much earlier than expected, announcing its presence with the first silent flakes of falling snow. The wind howled like a hungry beast, tearing through the forest and stripping away the last remnants of autumn warmth. Pip woke up in the dead of night, the freezing cold biting through his feathers and chilling him to the bone. His nest was far too thin to stop the wind, a painful reminder of the work he had chosen to ignore. By morning, the world had transformed into a frozen wasteland, burying the food he had failed to gather and store. Pip frantically dug through the hard snow, but the chestnuts he had seen days ago were now buried deep underground. His wings were stiff and numb from the cold, making every movement a struggle as he searched for any scrap. He looked over at the nest of his neighbor, which was thick, sturdy, and built to withstand the harshest storm. Inside that warm shelter, his friends were safe and well-fed, enjoying the rewards of their hard work and preparation. Pip stood alone in the freezing wind, realizing too late that the comfort of yesterday was the enemy of today. He finally understood that opportunity does not wait until you are ready. It belongs only to those who are prepared. Procrastination is very much like a credit card. It is incredibly fun to use until you eventually receive the painful bill. In Pip's world, the price was hunger. But in our world, the price is often missed dreams and bitter regret. We often trade our future success for a moment of temporary comfort, only to find ourselves freezing when opportunities vanish. Do not wait for the perfect moment or the winter storm to force you into action. Start building your nest now. Every moment you spend delaying your work is a moment borrowed from a future that you have not yet secured. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. So choose your burden wisely today. Look at your own life and ask yourself what tasks you are putting off that will leave you cold tomorrow. Take action today, not because it is easy, but because your future self is depending on you to be strong. It is never too late to start, but it will always be harder than if you had started when the sun shone. The storm will eventually pass, but the lessons learned in the cold must be remembered when the warm spring returns. Let the story of Pip be a gentle reminder that the best time to repair the roof is when the sun shines. Tomorrow is a gift that is not promised to anyone, so treat today as the most valuable asset you own. You have the power to change your destiny, but you must be willing to do the work when no one is watching. Success is not an accident. It is the result of preparation meeting opportunity, forged in the fires of consistent effort. Do not let the comfort of the present blind you to the necessities of the future that is rushing towards you. Share this wisdom with others, for we all struggle with the temptation to delay what must be done today. You are capable of incredible things if you stop negotiating with your lazy side and start taking massive action now. Ignite the fire within you, burn the bridges of procrastination, and march forward into your future with absolute confidence. Your life is happening right now, in this very second. So make the decision to be greater than your excuses. The winter will come for us all eventually, but you can choose to face it with fear or with readiness. Be like the wise builder, not the foolish dreamer, and create a life that can withstand any storm that blows. Thank you for watching Unstoppable You Now. Subscribe today, build your nest early, and never let the winter catch you unprepared.